Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Buenas noches, soy
Buenas
Daniel
noches.
Pineda.
Rich Massabny.
Buenas noches, Señor Pineda
And
Señor Massabny. ¿Qué pasa?
Hey, Massabny, how are you doing?
Bien. Gracias. All right, well, here we go with our show. This show somewhere around the middle part of October. Hope you're enjoying Indian summer weather, and my apologies to the Nats fans.
Ooh, go Nats!
In the area, but
Nats.
celebrating the Cubs, making it to the postseason, that's a huge deal. Okay, here we go. Our news, as usual, Amit Rambat, back there behind cameras 1, 2, or 3, and Yogathon, camera 3, thanks, Bill, and his Yogathon, another edition of Yogathon, our CBB file, Rich and his reviews. What's hot tonight, Rich? Anything new?
Il
Restaurants?
Trovatore. Yeah, and then I've got the Virginia Opera got something, and that's
All
it.
right.
No restaurants
Little
tonight.
opera. You're going to do an aria for us?
Yes.
All right. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
News for seniors, and then we'll wrap it up with Rich and another interview tonight, talking with Leo Sushansky, who is the founder of the Washington.
And
is
the
Washington
artistic director of the
And a
Chamber
violinist.
Ensemble.
yeah.
All right, very good.
National Chamber Ensemble.
All right, that's our show. But before we go, a social media reminder from this guy in the middle.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the
Gracias.
Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1, and also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News.
YouTube.
Craig.
Something like that. All right. Señor Pineda, here we go. Gracias. First of our news items, Arlington has been plagued by a string of sexual assaults on women this past summer. Last weekend, there was another attack on Saturday, October 3rd. A 23-year-old woman was assaulted at about 2:30 in the morning in the 1800 block of North Scott Street in Roslyn. A man armed with a knife had followed her on her way home and then pushed her into some bushes. The suspect, described as a 5'10" or so in height, 20-something black male who wore a dark hooded sweatshirt. Daniel.
And Craig, we have some breaking news. We'll have good late breaking news, that is. Police just arrested a suspect for some of the sexual assaults. Arlington County Police detained 19-year-old Perez Bonilla of Arlington, Virginia. He confessed to several attacks between July and September of this year. DNA results are still pending. Call 703-228-4240 or 866-411-TIPS. That's 8477. If you have any information that could help police concerning Bonilla or the attacks. Craig.
All right, Daniel, also in our news items, Arlington is planning several land use and urban design projects around the county. Areas scheduled to be developed include the courthouse area, Roslyn, Columbia Pike, Pentagon City, Crystal City, and Shirlington. Here's an update on some of those projects. The county board has adopted the courthouse sector plan addendum. It includes a new civic center and public square. You see the graphic there on your screen. In addition, Pentagon Center has a plan to increase residential properties, retailers, and open space, along with a decrease in office and hotel space. The second and third phases of the development will happen somewhere in the not-too-distant future. Visit projects.arlington.as/plans or plans/studies land use for details. Daniel.
And Craig, on to our next story. In the wake of a string of telephone scams across the county, police want you to know some ways to protect yourself. In the most recent incident, a resident received a call from someone pretending to be with the sheriff's office. The victim was accused of failing to appear for jury duty and told there was a pending arrest warrant that would go away after a fee was paid. The victim provided their debit card and PIN numbers for the transaction. If you get a call like this, do the following. Hang up straight away and confirm the call with the sheriff's office at 703-228-4460. Register a police report if you find you were targeted. Either call 703-558-2222 or visit the site on your screen. Don't use any phone numbers provided by the caller to verify their credibility. And don't give someone your personal information over the phone. Craig.
Good advice. All right, Daniel, here we go with another news items. Arlington Public Schools is commemorating Bullying Prevention Month this month, October. The school system defines bullying as harassment, the repeated infliction or attempted infliction of injury, discomfort, or humiliation on a student by one or more other students. People could be targeted for any number of actual or perceived traits, including religion, gender, age, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, race, or ancestry. For more information, you can visit this website, which should be on your screen there, www.apsva.us, to find out more and to educate yourself on this issue. All right, we'll be back with our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file, right after the next installment of Yogathon. Here's Amit.
Hello everyone, welcome to Arlington Yogathon. This is Amit and today we are going to talk about warrior pose or Veerbhadrasana as it's called in Sanskrit. There is a legend of Lord Shiva associated with its naming, and today we are going to see the first and second pose of Veerbhadrasana or warrior pose. So this is how it is done. You stretch up the arms, palms touching, inhale, spread the legs sideways creating a gap of about 2/3 of body height. Exhaling, the trunk facing to the left while rotating left foot 90 degree so that it faces forward, and the right foot so that it points straight to the right bend. The left knee will till the high thigh is parallel to the floor. Avoid extending the bent knee past ankle and keeping the other leg straight. Stretch the right leg with the knee locked hard. Head, chest and left knee, left foot should be aligned facing forward, and the head should be bent back and up with eyes facing the hands. Hold the asana from 1 to 4 breaths, and now spread the hands like this. This is warrior 2 pose. Keep gazing in front of the palm and stay here for another 4 or 5 breaths. And then you can turn up the arms up and exhale and come back to the relaxing position. So this pose can be done on the other side as well, and there are a lot of benefits of practicing this pose on regular basis. This was the modified version of the regular pose, but this also helps. It helps strengthen and stabilize muscles of the feet and knees. It also strengthens the shoulders, arms and the back. It stretches the hip flexors and calf muscles, improves balance and concentration. The warrior 2 pose that we did, it tones the leg muscles, increases the flexibility of back and legs, contracts the abdominal organs, prepares the practitioner to do advanced forward bend and other poses. I hope you liked today's Arlington Yogathon. See you next time. Namaste.
All right, thanks, Amit. Practice your yoga and tune in next time for another installment of Yogathon with our very own Amit Brahmbhatt. Back to camera 3. Thanks, Amit. Here we go. Now, as promised, our CBB file, News for Seniors Glasses in Place. Well, the recent sexual assaults in Arlington have spiked an increased demand for self-defense classes for women. At Nova MMA, CrossFit Arlington, Krav Maga has become very popular. Krav Maga is a form of martial arts developed by the Israeli Defense Forces based in Aikido, Judo, boxing, wrestling, and some other stuff thrown in there. Because of the recent attacks in Arlington, the schools will host a free self-defense seminar. It will be held Wednesday, October 28th from 7 to 9. For more information and details, visit the website, which should be on your screen there, www.nova.com. Okay, next, Daniel.
What was that?
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, Craig, as we mentioned in the news, Arlington is planning several land use and urban design projects around the county. You have the opportunity to weigh in on another project, the Nellie Custis Park Neighborhood Conservation Program. The views will impact the scope of the project. Issues to be addressed include possible improvements to Aurora Highlands optional amenities such as kids' play area, drainage and stormwater runoff issues, and cost estimates. The meetings will be on Wednesday, that's October the 14th at 7 p.m. at the Aurora Hills Community Center. That's at 735 18th Street South. Visit tinyurl.com/Nellie Custis for more information. Craig.
And then you'll also, in our CBB file, well, National Feral Cat Day will be Friday, October 16. You can visit the nationalferalcatday.org organization to register to participate or attend. Each person who registers an activity will receive a free welcome package that includes posters, a t-shirt, and other Alley Cat Ali's goodies. National Feral Cat Day is an opportunity to protect alley cats in your neighborhood and to educate your community about wild feral cats. All right. Our News for Seniors file is coming up right after we hear from our man about town for theater, the arts, and much, much more, Mr. Rich Massabny.
Hey,
Well,
Rich.
thank you, boys. I have two operas to talk about. Last weekend at the Regal Theaters in Boston, the New York Metropolitan Opera simulcast its first production of the 2015-16 season with Il Trovatore. The story is about the revenge of a gypsy woman, as her name is Asuna, played by Dolora Zakic, and the jealous Count de Luna, played by Dmitry Havarovsky, with that beautiful gray white hair he's got, who is in love with Leonora, played by the very lovely Anna Netrebko. Unfortunately, Leonora is in love with Manrico, that's played by Young-Hoo Lee. No one knows he is the son of a gypsy woman. Count de Luna and Manrico are bitter and dueling rivals. Manrico drives Count de Luna crazy with his serenading of Leonora. Il Trovatore is dramatic, passionate, and the cast is more than outstanding. I love these simulcasts from the Met, including the backstage interviews that you just don't find anywhere. It's wonderful. Gives you insight. The next simulcast is Othello on October 17. This will be at Potomac Yards this time, and for the rest of the year on Jeff Davis Highway in South Arlington. The Boston Theater is undergoing renovations and will not be hosting any simulcasts until next year. For more information and tickets, check the website at www.fathomevents.com. So you might have to go a little way, but it's worth it. Finally, the Virginia Opera also opened up their 2015-16 season at George Mason University Center for the Arts with Jacques Offenbach's comic operetta, Orpheus in the Underworld. This production was different from what I am used to seeing by Virginia Opera, and I think I liked it. Offenbach took a famous Greek tragedy and turned it into a satire. At times it's risque and reminiscent of a French dance hall. The story begins with Orpheus, played by Javier Abreu, and his wife Eurydice, played by Meredith Lustig, showing contempt for each other. Eurydice wants to leave, but Orpheus says that public opinion is played actually by Margaret Goresak. Anyway, she won't allow it. Eurydice leaves anyway with Jupiter, played by Troy Cook, and off they go to Hades. Public opinion convinces Orpheus to get her back. He tries, but Jupiter tricks him, and Eurydice is lost to him forever. The music is really wonderful under the baton of Anna Mansion. and great direction by Sam Heffrich. The next Virginia opera production is Puccini's La Boheme in November. For tickets, call 866-673-7282 or purchase online at www.vaopera.org. I can't over-rave about these wonderful shows. The Metropolitan simulcast and Virginia Opera, and it's a reasonable way to see great opera. Okay, thank you, folks. Until next time.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Rich. We'll be expecting an aria from you
Yes.
next time.
And your blog.
Of course. Of course.
Of course. Thanks, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
Appreciate it. Here we go. As promised now, our news for seniors. Is that right? Yes, it is. Very good. Root vegetables. Well, food experts from the Virginia Cooperative Extension Office will host a free, FREE free cooking demonstration showcasing root vegetables. This free presentation will be coming up Monday, October 19 at 11 a.m. at Langston Brown Senior Center. They'll share cooking techniques and recipes about that you can do with root vegetables. For more information and to sign up, call Langston Brown. Here's their number, should be on your screen there, 703-228-6300. Daniel.
Well, Craig, representatives from the Arlington's Car-Free Diet Program will be at Aurora Hills Senior Center on Monday. That's October the 19th at 1:30 p.m. They will discuss what the best way for you to travel, including a review of several transit options, such as bus, rail, carpool, vanpool, and bicycle. They will also Metro, ART, Dash, and much more. To register for this free program, call Aurora Hills. That's at 703-228-5722. Craig.
You got Aurora. You got Aurora this time. Good for you. All right.
Actually,
well,
2 times.
Hand dancing. Have you ever heard of hand dancing? Well, hand dancing is a form of swing dance that can be traced back to as far as the 1920s. Buzz Payne, a certified hand dance instructor, will teach seniors the fundamentals of hand dancing. That's coming up Wednesday, October 14, 6:30 in the evening at Arlington Mill Senior Center. To register for this free program, give them a call. Number's on your screen there, 703-228-7369. Hand dancing. Daniel.
It's free.
It's free. Your turn.
Well, Aisha Evans from the Oral Health Division of the Virginia Department of Health will discuss how a healthy mouth equals healthy aging. She will explain how some diseases and other adverse conditions can be caused by poor oral dental health. That's on Thursday, October the 15th at 11 a.m. at the Langston Brown Senior Center. To register for this free program, call Langston Brown Senior Center. That's at 703-228-6300. Craig.
Practicing my hand dancing here. All right. And over at Langston Brown, the Senior Center there is hosting an old-fashioned Oktoberfest coming up Friday, October 16 from 11:30 to 1 in the afternoon. There'll be a traditional German food and music. Cost is $5, not too bad. For more information and to register, give them a call, 703-228-6300. And just as a trivia note here, Oktoberfest was a celebration that first started in the German state of Bavaria in 1810. There you go. Oktoberfest's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Daniel.
And it keeps on going.
Keeps on.
Well, Craig, a licensed social worker with Seabury Resources of Aging will explore coping with physical and emotional changes that come with aging. Christine Bitzer will discuss issues ranging from death of a spouse, adjusting to home care, moving to a retirement facility, and more. This free program will be on Monday, October the 19th at 11 a.m. at Culpeper Garden Senior Center. If you need to register, give them a call at 703-228-4403. And Craig, as always, we want to thank Judy Massabny. Thank you so much, Judy, for all of your hard work.
All right. Wonder how many hand dancers can do this. Okay, we'll be back with a quick sign-off and bye-bye if we have time right after we hear from Rich and his guests. Here's Rich.
Rich Massabny with the Arlington Weekly News. and really honored to have a great musician and local guy in Arlington, Leo Sushansky. He's a violinist and he's an artistic director for the National Chamber Ensemble. If you go to the Spectrum and when he has his shows in Roslyn, you get nice seats and a beautiful show, and you shouldn't miss it. He usually Leo has on, for example, the October 17 show coming up. Can you tell me what musicians you're going to have?
Well, we're having 4. Catherine Brake will be on piano, and Vasily Popov is a wonderful cellist, and Yuri Wasserzurk, who plays in the Kennedy Center Opera, will be playing. 4 of us will be doing the whole show.
Yeah, and it's always a good show. And
especially this one, it's Mozart and Friends, the genius of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and the composers that he influenced. In fact, we're playing a piano quartet by Beethoven that Beethoven wrote when he was 14 years old while wanting to study with Mozart.
I can't imagine that at 14. I was still spitting up at 14.
You did quite well.
But gee, that's pretty good. I mean, you have no trouble getting all these musicians, do you?
Well, the National Chamber Ensemble, it's a society of internationally acclaimed musicians who all live in this area. So we come together in various combinations depending on the music. You know, we've done tango, we've done opera, ballet, classical fare, just about everything. But the most important thing is that chamber music is an intimate experience, and that's what we try to bring to the audience.
Yeah, now why don't you just tell some of us who maybe don't know exactly, I know, but what is chamber music?
Well, chamber music is an art form for a small group of people. Originally, it was invented to be played in a room, like, for example, at a party or a gathering. And these days, chamber music,
setting.
Right. These days, it's expanded. You know, they have chamber music in stadiums, which sometimes kind of loses the sense of chamber. But at the Spectrum Theater, you really get that intimacy, and you get to hear some wonderful musicians. You get to hear some jokes. We tell stories about the music, and it's a beautiful experience.
And let me ask you, too, because I've gone to so many of your wonderful concerts, you always have a little bit of a reception afterwards.
Yes.
Same thing this time on
Absolutely. All our
October 17th?
concerts are followed by a reception. You can meet the artists. You can make some new friends.
Yeah.
You can see some old friends.
Yeah, nobody runs out after the show's over.
Yeah, most people stay.
They do.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see people you haven't seen for a while. It's
The biggest problem for me is I never get to the buffet table because everybody wants to say hi.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. Now, your email address is ncecontact@aol.com, but you've got the website. What is your website? National Chamber
Ensemble.org.
Yeah. Now, you gave me when you came in tonight. Maybe you can just take a shot of this. I don't know if we have it in the control room or not, but I just want you to see. This is a nice-looking brochure. Yeah, there it is. Nice-looking brochure. Tell me about this.
If you open it, you can see a hot air balloon, you know, because our season is called 204 Days Around the World, because every concert takes you to a different place in the world, different cultures, and it's really taking a trip around the world without leaving home.
Yeah.
Much less costly.
I think so. I think so. But I'm trying to think if is this your, I'm going to say 10th year you've been?
Ninth. We're starting our ninth
close
season.
Then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hard to imagine.
Okay. It's and are you going to have? Did you mention Lucy in the show?
That's right. For Valentine's Day, we're collaborating with the wonderful Bowen Macaulay Dance. They're dancing the love duet from one of Khachaturian's most famous ballet, Spartacus.
Yeah.
And I will be performing for that. And
when is that date? When is that date?
I believe it's February 13th.
Okay.
The night before Valentine's.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. But I mean, I know Lucy's work. She's been around here for some time, and she's
Lucy is amazing. Always fun to work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only thing I have to watch out is the dancers. Their feet go everywhere. You know.
Okay.
I saw last time we performed, I saw a toe come pretty close to my face.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a comedian,
That's one of the
too.
things about chamber music. You know, the Spectrum Theater is intimate, so the stage is not huge.
That's right.
So everything you do is in close proximity.
Yeah. Did you really, in an earlier life, want to be a stand-up comic? Because the reason I say that is you always have some kind of humor that is spontaneous.
Not really. I discovered it late in life. I was at a party, and it was one of those bohemian parties where everybody had to entertain, and I didn't have the violin. So they said it was my turn to entertain, so I stood up and told some jokes, and they said, hey, that's good. And I thought, why not include that in concerts?
Now, let me ask you: if you had if you had your violin with you, say, what would you play tonight?
I would probably play some Valentine's Day music. You know, Mozart, although he's one of my favorite, if not the favorite composers, he wrote for groups of instruments. So Mozart doesn't sound as good played alone.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, didn't know that. Now, the National Chamber Ensemble, I'm saying to you, sticking my neck out here and saying, this is one of the great groups around, and they're local. I mean, they could be international, but they happen to be based here, and they could do good stuff. Now, could people, if they're interested in getting this very nice little brochure, could they get it if they write or something?
They could request it, sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Why not?
Okay.
It'll be available at the concert as well. And the concert is also the last chance to get season tickets. You know, because season tickets are still available and they're a bargain. You basically get 5 great shows for less than the price of 4.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, we have about a minute left. National Chamber Ensemble at Spectrum Theater, October 17. Is that a Saturday?
It's a Saturday night at
Yeah.
7:30 p.m.
At 7:30 p.m. And if you want to contact these folks, especially Leo Sushansky, you can...
I will try to answer the phone personally.
NCE contact at AOL.com, or check the website. Imagine it has everything you want on there, www.nationalchamberensemble.org. I just got to tell you, I put my reputation on the line. This guy puts on, with his people he gets, a beautiful, beautiful, classy show that is good as anything you're going to see anywhere. And it's right in our backyard.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you, Leo.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Rich Massabny, back to the group.
All right, thanks, Rich. And Mr. Leo Sushansky was the founding member of the Chamber Ensemble.
And the artistic director, yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, well, we should have him on.
Okay.
And now to your blog.
Anything
right?
else to get? Yeah, quick reminder from your blog.
I got a
Rich's
blog, richmassabnyreviews.blogspot.com, and of course my website is richmassabny.com.
All right,
Thank
got that
you.
plug in there. And again,
Thank
apologies to the Cubs, to
Go Nats,
Nationals
come on.
fans, but it was 4-0 Cubs as of this taping in the 5th inning, so that's our show. Have a safe week, and if next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Take care. Bye-bye.